Okay, guys, we'll start with our introductions. My name is Shreya Attavalkar and I am from Mumbai. I have done my engineering in electronics and telecommunication, and post which I did my job at Larsen and Toubro Infotech for 2.6 years. Later, I have joined SCMHRD and I'm pursuing marketing over here. Over to you, Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica, and I have done my undergrad in electronics and telecommunication engineering. I'm a fresher, and I'm currently pursuing human resources in SCMHRD.
Hi guys, my name is Shubham Srivastava and I'm currently pursuing MBA in Sales and Marketing. And I'm an electrical and electronics engineering graduate with 16 months of work experience in a cloud telephony firm. Really excited to be here and interact with you all.
Hi everybody, my name is Dheeraj. It's very nice to see all of you and interact with you today. Just a quick background of myself. I completed my undergraduation at Sri Ram College of Commerce under Delhi University in BCom Honors. I'm a fresher and my specialization in MBA is currently finance.
So I think now that we have introduced ourselves, let's move on.
So we'll start with our presentation. Yeah, you can go to the next slide. Okay, guys. So during this session, we'll be having a quiz with you guys where we will actually give you certain questions which are expected to be in Snap 2022. And believe us, like the quiz sessions which we have actually conducted since past years, mostly 4 out of 5 quiz sessions have appeared in the Snap exams. So do attempt these questions and don't worry about the answers. Please go ahead with the questions and it will be really helpful to you. You will get where you are right now and how much preparation you would need. Also, guys, you can be very active on the chat box. It will be really helpful for us. You can enter your answers in the chat box. And yeah, the one who will win the like the quiz section, whoever will be the first one to give the correct answer, we have certain gift prizes for you, the Amazon Pay gift cards. So yeah, please go ahead for participating in this quiz event. Yeah, over to you, Monica.
Okay, so the SNAP structure goes like first we have verbal ability, and then we have logical reasoning, and then we have quantitative data interpretation and data sufficiency. So for verbal ability, we have 15 questions, 1 mark each. Logical, we have 25 questions, 1 mark each, and quantitative, we have 20 questions, 1 mark each. And total, the paper is of 60 marks. And obviously, in this paper, you have negative marking, that is of 0.25 marks. And the important dates are 19th December, 8th January, and 16th January. And you would be given an option of taking 2 attempts. So I would really suggest that you go with 2 attempts in order to better your chances in acing SNAP exam. And yeah, so that's all that I have. Maybe the other panelists have something to add. They can please go ahead.
Okay, I just want to add a quick point here that the questions attract 0.25 negative marking. So you really have to be deliberate in what options you pick during the examination. You cannot pick any, if you don't know the answer to a question, you cannot pick any choice, and this will really penalize you in your total score and percentile. So be confident in your answers and mark them as they come. That would be my piece of advice. Okay, I think I can take this up. Some other important dates that has to be in your calendar regarding SNAP examination is the date on which the registration for the examination closes. As you can see, that is on 27th November 2021. So you have to register. We would advise you to register well in advance so that you can choose the slots. As my colleague has already told, you have the chance to take the examination twice, and you can maximize your percentile this way. So register well in advance so that you have the choice of dates when you can give the examination. So that would be one piece of advice for you guys. And other important date is the date on which the admit card comes out, which contains the instruction for the examination. That would be on 4th December. And the final big day would be the announcement of result, which would be 1st February 2022. Okay, and talking quickly, briefing you guys quickly about the weightage for various SIU universities would be the SNAP score and GEPI what. It is right in the middle, the weightage taken for both these sections. Your examination would be scaled down to 50% weightage or 50 marks, however you want to put it. This means that if you did well in your SNAP examination, any of these both attempts, since it's the best of both, which would be taken into account for your calculation. So if you did well in any of your attempts, then you can say you have 1 foot almost in any SIU college. And the second part of your gradation will be your group interview, group discussion, personal interview, and written ability test. It takes a holistic view of you as a person and takes in your communication skills into account, as well as the strength of your general knowledge and your CV. And this will contain 50% weightage for a comprising a total of 100, including the SNAP examination.
Okay, so I would like to have some interaction with you guys here. Since like I have many students asking about how many attempts did you take for this SNAP exam. So Monica, can you tell us how many attempts did you take actually?
So I used up both the opportunities that I was offered. I took 2 attempts, and I'm really glad for that because it did pay off. The first attempt was not so good, but the second attempt was better than my first. So I think one of the major reasons why I was able to clear SNAP exam was because of taking 2 attempts.
Okay, what about you, Shubham?
Yeah, so even I took 2 attempts. My logic was that see, 90% of your result depends on the hard work that you do, but that 10% also depends on the luck that you have on the D day. So that's what happened to me in the first attempt as well. It wasn't my day, I guess. I was fully prepared, but I couldn't give my best in the first attempt. So I had already registered myself for the second attempt as well. So I went ahead and gave the second attempt, and as luck would have it, the second attempt, I ended up scoring much better than the first attempt. So that was my strategy.
What about
And
you, Dheeraj? Oh, I'm
sorry to
sorry.
interrupt. A little ground rules. Please keep the questions flowing in the chat so that we can interact with you all throughout the session. Thank you.
Yeah, we have many questions actually coming up. Don't worry, guys. We'll be addressing each one of them. So don't worry. You can we'll be addressing each question. What about you, Dheeraj? How many attempts did you take?
Okay, my story is similar but different to the other panelists. I also took 2 attempts to complete the SNAP examination, and the thinking was similar, that in the sense that I would have one more chance if the first one didn't go, or I wanted to maximize my score. But I have to say my first attempt went much better than the second. So that shows, as you guys can see, different people can have different things in all these attempts they take. Some panelists did well in the second attempt. I did well in the first attempt. So you can never say what happens during the D day. So we would strongly recommend that you go for your 2 attempts. I know you have to travel to the exam center twice, but I would say in the end, when the result comes, it will be worth it.
That's true. Yeah. So students, actually, you can see that each one of us has actually gone for a second attempt. Even I took the 2 attempts, I'm sorry, 2 attempts for the SNAP exams. Like you don't know what might happen. Like with me, the scene was that since I was a working professional, so I was not sure if I'll be able to perform well with 1 attempt only. And it's a once in a year chance that you get. Otherwise, you have to give the exam again next year, again, all the stuff, again, all the studies. So yeah, I took the 2 attempts being a working professional. That was my story. Okay, so I think we can go to the next slide. Okay, guys, so here is for the first question of our quiz. Please go ahead, start putting in your answers on the chat box. You have 2 minutes to give the answer. So go ahead and start typing the answer over here, please.
I guess meanwhile they're putting up the answers, can we take a few questions from the chat?
Yeah, sure, Monica. We'll wait 2 minutes. I think they'll get distracted. They might be solving the question. So we'll just wait 1 minute at least. The answers are already flowing in. So we'll just wait a minute. Okay, so we have a lot of answers floating in here. We'll let you know the results soon, guys. So yeah, Monica, so we'll take up some questions. Why one should give a SNAP exam? Okay, so whoever would love to take this question, you can go ahead.
Can I take this up?
Sure, Dheeraj. Yeah.
Okay. I would say that, again, maximizing your chances would be one of the things that would come into this. The question of why SNAP examination. You're preparing for any MBA examination. You've done all the hard work, prepared for quant, prepared for verbal, and prepared for LRDI. I assume for CAT, most of you would be preparing. But I will also say that why make all this hard work go to waste? You can give you can join a fantastic college like SEMHRD and many other SIU colleges by just giving the same examination and making a few changes in your preparation and aligning yourself with the nuances of the SNAP exam. You can maximize your chances to get into such fantastic B schools. That would be my advice to anybody asking why SNAP examination, because it is one of the easiest in the sense the shortest examination, where your speed is much more important than your the difficulty of the question, and therefore that is my take on this question.
Okay, so Faizan is asking us, can you tell me about your SNAP score? Okay, so who would like to go ahead? Yeah, we'll all give the scores. Don't worry, everyone.
Yeah. So I would like to take this question first. What was my SNAP score? It was 99.43 percentile. And one strategy that I would really like to add was that I gave mocks, that is full length mocks regularly, that is every day from the month of September onwards. Because see, you cannot lay all your eggs in one basket. You need, what if your other entrance exams do not pan out the way you wanted them to be? So that way SNAP really saved me, because I personally feel it's one loyal exam that you can always bank on. It's all about speed, and I think the concepts are not tested that much. It's more about the speed. So I think if one puts their efforts religiously for SNAP, then they can easily get a 99 percentile plus score.
Okay, what about yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
even I ended up scoring something north of 99 percentile. It was around 99.12 as far as I remember. And one of the major sources of my preparation were past year mock SNAP papers, because I think those were very relevant and they gave me a fair idea of what the questions would be like on the D-Day. And apart from that, I think SIU provides an official mock as well. So I think that I refer to that very religiously. And another thing was the first round of SCMHRD Zeal, which I'm sure we'll be talking about further. So we'll try to talk about that there. But that was also a major source of my preparation.
Yeah, Dheeraj, you can go ahead.
Okay, I think I also got the same percentile as Shubham, 99.12. And I again want to parrot back the sentiments of my other panelists that giving mocks will make you very comfortable in giving the examination. Your examination will almost be like giving another mock. And you have to be comfortable in that sense that you should not, giving mocks will make you comfortable during the examination. It will remove some of the nervousness and some of the nerves that can get to you and can hamper the examination. Even though you're well prepared with your concepts, you have done a lot of hard work, during the examination, many people just get some fear because of on-spot moment. To remove that, you have to make yourself comfortable, give regular mocks, and prepare well, and be confident with yourself. And I'm sure you can get into top colleges like SCMHRD and SIBM Pune.
Right, Dheeraj. So yeah, my snap score was around 99.31 percentile. I didn't touch the 0.5. I lost there. But yeah, so yeah, as everyone has summed it up over here, yeah, you have to go with lots of mocks, and that's all what is going to help you actually. So we had a question, which mock series for Snap? Guys, we cannot suggest any particular Snap like the mock for you guys. You can go ahead definitely with CET King. He is going to provide you with ample amount of mocks to do. And yeah, so mocks from anywhere, any platform, you can take it up. It is going to be useful for you, but do as many mocks as you can. You can definitely score good marks in Snap. That's for sure. Okay, so we can go for the next one. Next slide. Okay. So guys, I can see many of you asking questions about SCM-HRD. So yeah, this is the one of the premier colleges in India, and I would like to tell you that we are very honored to be a part of this college, because this college is actually been said to be the youngest B school which has entered into the top 20 ranks. So this is a very proud thing for us to get into a college which is so young. We are a complete student driven college. I can assure you that the time you enter the college, the team we are in, admissions and PR team, is the one who will be completely in contact with you. Everything like what we are right now presenting in front of you is because of our seniors. Like everything is what our seniors handle, the way we talk, way we are going to perform in our interviews, how we are going to talk. Everything is we are trained by our seniors. Our faculties are completely supporting us. They are from like big IT companies, and I won't say only private. We have our faculty members from government institutes as well. So do not worry about the faculty, the education, nothing. You will be receiving the best ones, and I can assure you that we have certain faculties who have actually left certain premier institutes to be a part of SCM-HRD. When you'll enter here, you'll actually understand this. You'll remember my statement, the gravity of the statement, because yeah, it was very honorable for us. So our college has many committees. We have about 14 student committees, and the excellence is par. Like you will be the person who will be handed over with the brand name, and all the core values, everything. You'll understand everything once you enter the institute. So yeah, the photos actually justify our institute quite well. And if you guys know Hinjewadi in Pune, so you guys know how that location it is. We live in one of the most active places, IT hub of Pune. So hope to see you guys soon in our college. We can go to the next slide.
So coming to the question which is always in everyone's minds, that is the placements of SCM-HRD. So as we can see, the highest package that we received last year was of 33.6 lakhs, and the average was around 16.5. Medium was 15.0 L, as you can see, and we had 60 plus new recruiters, and 140 plus companies had come to our campus. Having a look specifically at the departments, we have median of 16.0 lakhs for human resources, and 15 for sales and marketing, 15 for finance, and 11.8 for ITM, and 15 for business analytics. So as you can see, apart from the core MBA for infrastructure and business analytics, we have a pretty decent median package. And this is where the niche of SCM-HRD comes into the picture, because I'm sure not all colleges have such a diverse set of course. And if anybody is interested in analytics, then I think SCM-HRD is the place for you guys. Moving forward with the prominent recruiters, we have some legacy recruiters like Accenture, Cognizant, and some new companies like AB InBev who had visited our campus for the first time last year. If you can spot some of your dream companies over here, so I don't think I need to provide any other reason for you to give Snap and be a part of the SCMHRD family. Next, we have our illustrious alumni. As you can see, we have our very distinguished set of alumni, and we are constantly in touch with them. We have, in fact, a dedicated committee which fosters the relationships with alumni on a daily basis. And yeah, so if you want, I just wanted to add over here that the struggle is only till preparation of your entrance exam. Once you get inside a college, that is B school, your life is going to be hectic, but you're going to love each and every second of it. And there is going to be a lot of learning opportunities as well, not to mention. Okay, so now coming to SCMHRD Zeal.
One sec, Monica, I'll just take up some questions. So students are asking what is the diversity in your batch? Yeah, so I think if we, yeah, any one of you can go ahead with it. I think we'll answer it with gender and profession. And I think what else they would need? I think specialization. The specialization we do. Shubham, would you like to take up this question?
Yeah, so talking about diversity, I think you can, on any grounds, you can say that our college is very diverse because you have people coming in from different corners of our country. And in addition to that, we have international students studying with us as well. So what you get is inputs from a lot of different perspectives. And in addition to that, we have a great gender ratio. We have about 69 to 31 male to female ratio. So it's a well balanced set. Uh, uh, Talking about background as well, you have a great set of balance between the freshers and the work experience students. What that allows is that the work experience students bring in the industry perspective because if they have worked in the field for a couple of years before pursuing their MBA. And what the freshers bring is in a new energy and a different perspective, the zeal to learn. I think that's what the freshers bring into the table. So it's a very well balanced batch that we have right now, and it has been maintained in the past years as well. So I think that answers your question. I hope if someone wants to add, that would be great.
I just would like to add this perspective also in the terms that I'm a finance student, and I was pretty anxious about whether I would find similar aficionados of finance in this college, and I was not let down in this aspect in the sense that 30% of SCMHRD is made up of non-engineers, and the rest is engineers. So the culture in SCMHRD can be summed up by few words, that is unity in diversity. Everyone has different perspectives. We all contribute to make SCMHRD and the opportunities it offers a success. We just want to say that the cosmopolitan effect of everyone coming together and sharing their perspectives is what helps us solve business situations. And in the slide below, this is also a sneak peek you would get, but that would be explained by Shreya.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Neeraj. Okay, so guys, we have this competition, which is really special to SCMHRD. It is a case study, which is for MBA aspirants. Now, basically, Zeal is a competition which actually only SCMHRD holds. We have kind of a speciality that we were the one to come up with a competition for students. See, the SCMHRD Zeal is going to be a competition where you get a perspective of how you're going to perform in future, how good you are, and where you might lack also when you enter the college. So this is a competition where you will have round 1, round 2, and round 3, how it is going to happen in your B school as well. So we have a quiz section, we have a case study that will be given to you, and then you have to provide us with a presentation of the complete case study. So first point, that why SCMHRD Zeal is important to you as an aspirant. So when the lag is not only about the exam, the SNAP exam, it is about getting into the B school. So I would say that you would be provided with a certificate of winning the Zeal competition. Do not worry, it's not going to be any high profile corporate case study. It's going to be normal that aspirants can complete them. So what happens is sometimes students score 99.9 percentile and still they don't get the opportunity to enter the B school. So this is because they don't have that qualitative CV. The profile is not that attractive. So if you have a case study already present over there, then the panelist would already would know that yeah, this person is interested. And trust me, every B school wants a person who can solve a case study. We need that only, like we need you to know how to solve any case, be it marketing, finance, HR. So any background, even operations. Yeah, I can see many people are asking about operations team. So yeah, guys, we'll be addressing that question as well. So any field you can mention, we have a case study. Speciality for you guys would be the quiz section, where we will be having a complete snap pattern section. The quiz will be completely based on snap, where we can assure you that last year when we took the quiz, actually since many years, the quiz has been having we had repetitive questions in the real snap exam. So 4 to 5 questions were actually repeated in the snap exam. So definitely the quiz will be very helpful to you. You can say we are giving you a cheat sheet over there, directly coming to you from a Symbiosis college. So yeah, you should go ahead with the Zeal competition. Please guys, you can register for Zeal through D2C portal, that is Dare to Compete. Yeah, you can see over here as how you can actually register to the Zeal portal. It will be over here. So D2C is exactly Dare to Compete. Now, when you log into this website, yeah, you can use Facebook or Gmail ID. Here you have to mention your normal details. Yeah, you can see over here how we have mentioned about the gender and basic information. Okay, so yeah, you can see how many students have already registered. Only one day has gone by when we launched the event, and already we have at least 138. We had only 2-3 sessions, guys, with the students, and already we have so many registrations. So please go ahead. You'll really have some edge over the other students. So do not worry about it. We'll be helping you with any doubts possible. That's about our Zeal event. Yeah, you can go ahead, guys.
Okay, I would like to contribute in how to ace, try to help you in your preparation, try to ace this section. Verbal ability and is basically your hold over the English language. And the better you are, the better you can score in the examination also. And the simple advice here and the most cliched advice I would also feel, but that doesn't make it any invaluable, that is read more. You have to read whatever you find, read newspapers, read books, whether it be fiction or not fiction, preferably non-fiction, but it's your choice. You just have to read more, and this will help you improve your vocabulary, find phrases that you can identify in the examinations, find idioms, find how you can solve complex, how you can understand complex paragraphs and break them down into simple, digestible columns that will help you in reading comprehensions. And even the bigger RCs, you can deconstruct this way and find the answer. And all I have to say is practice, guys. If this is a weak section, try to communicate with your friends in English only. Try to speak with a lot of people. Your speaking also translates to your success in examination, even though you don't speak in the SNAP exam or any of the MBA examination. You being conversant and fluent in the language also helps you strengthen your hold over the language. And I think that is very important, not just for the examination, but in life also. So I don't want to become too philosophical here, but this is the advice that I would give. Okay, Shreya, you can go ahead.
Yeah, you can take up. It's okay. This is your section.
All right, thanks. We have a question here, guys. Please post in the chat what this sentence or idiom means. I think this is an easy one. We picked out for you guys. So be quick. This is also something, this type of question is also something that you can expect in the SNAP examination. So once, if you can identify it, you save a lot of time, which can be used in longer quant or LRDI section. So keep that in mind and keep your answers flowing. The lucky one to get it correct and the fastest would win the vouchers, as we mentioned. So come on, guys, buckle up.
Okay, so I'll take up some questions till then. So some students have been asking about the category cutoff. Any one of you can take up with it. We'll keep the session going.
So may I take this question?
Yeah,
Shreya?
sure.
Okay, so the category cutoff, I really hate to burst your bubble. There is no thing like this particular score will get you the cutoff, or maybe this particular percentile will get you inside any college, because it's a relative game. So I would suggest that you aim for maximum accuracy. If the paper is for 60 marks, aim for 60 on 60. And like maybe, try to evaluate yourself from your previous performance. So, if I had to answer in one line, it would be there is no specific score in which I can assuredly say tell you that this is enough for you to get a 99 percentile or maybe clear the cutoff. I personally tried to score 60 on 60. That was my aim, and I would suggest you to do the same. And I think that will help you achieve your desired results.
Yeah, I would just like to add a small thing that historically what we are seeing is that cutoffs are getting higher by each passing year, and the number of SNAP aspirants have been increasing continuously in the past years as well, because it is one of the most coveted B school examinations. So what we would suggest is just buckle up and try to give it your best and not worry about the cutoffs for now. There will be a time, the right time will come, and maybe you can think about it then. Just try to give it your best.
Yeah, as you say, if you aim for 100, then sometimes you land up to 90s, and if you aim for 90, then you sometimes land up for 80s. So it's better if you guys actually aim for, the best percentile. Okay, so do you have to choose our, do we have to choose our specialization in first year itself? Yeah, you guys can take up the question. Dheeraj?
Yes.
Yeah.
To answer that, you are given one whole semester to decide your specialization. So I think that is ample time. You would have a lot of subjects coming up to you during your first semester. Don't I'm not trying to overwhelm you here. It would actually be very interesting. You in core MBA, at least you'll be faced with HR, marketing, finance, and operation subjects. You can take your time, see where your interests lie. You will have a lot of seniors, peers, faculty, and even corporate people engaging with you, and you can see what catches you and what do you have a passion and fascination about, and you can choose that specialization. And you can go ahead with that, but you have a lot of time, usually one semester, even more than that, but that is ample time for you to decide your specialization.
Right. Okay, so yeah.
Sorry, Shreya, I just want to add one thing. Participants, please do not directly send the answers to the panelists. I would rather encourage you to send them to open, as in everyone, so that we can accurately monitor who is answering first and right. Yeah, over to you, Shreya.
Yeah. So, one of the question is which consultancy company comes to the campus. So, guys, you can refer our placement report. That would be very much accurate to give you the answer. But yeah, I can name, I think, two companies. I can give it here only. Accenture was here, then Gartner was here. So yeah, we have many more coming in. So do not worry about it. Consultancies, we have a different section in the placement report. So do not worry. How difficult is it to be in the top 25? So I think if you study well, definitely you will be in the top 25. You don't have to worry about it. You can make it to STMHRD, definitely, no issues.
I think we have enough responses for the second question. So can we move ahead?
Yeah, I'll just give the last short answer. What's the batch size? Guys, it's 180. That's the batch size. So you do not have to actually worry about the placements. The college is actually choosing the cream layer of students. Not to brag, but actually we have a cream layer of students and the college is assuring you 100% placements. So you don't have to worry about anything. So that's all with the batch size, and I'm not able to, okay. What's the major set of questions one can expect for the personal interview? I'll just sum this answer up, guys, or you can go ahead with it, please.
So I'll take that up.
Yeah.
In the personal interview, there aren't defined questions that only the panelists will only ask this. what they are trying to gauge is what you have done in the past, your personality, and what you are looking for from a college that you wish to join. So they're just trying to gauge how your personality is, and that's about it. You just need to be well aware of the things that you have done in the past. Why did you take those actions? Why and mm, what kind of things that you hope that you want to pursue in the future. I think that's it. And they just want someone who is well aware, someone who's opinionated about things. I think those are the things that you should focus on while preparing for GPI VAT process.
Right. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Yeah, Dheeraj, would you like to take up with this slide, or Monica?
Okay, I'll just share one quick tip which I had for logical and analytical reasoning. I want to bring this to everyone's notice that the preparation strategy of SNAP is very different from other exams, because here we are focusing on speed. So the same thing goes for logical also. The questions are not going to be that difficult. That's why what I did was I gave sectional tests of logical reasoning separately every day, and there were certain topics that I would suggest that you look into them separately, because they are not covered in your CAT preparation. For example, your strong and weak argument, they are not maybe asked so much frequently in CAT, but they are a very big part of SNAP. Yeah, so that's what I would suggest. Give separate mocks for logical and reasoning as well, apart from full length mocks.
Okay, we can go to the next slide. Students are very eager to know the questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Students, you can go ahead with the next question. Just 1 minute, so please solve it quickly. That's what SNAP exam is going to do with you.
Also,
And this is a blood relation question, which is very frequent in SNAP. It has come in the previous years as well. So try to solve it as quickly as you can.
also, one more thing, that to those participants who are not able to get the answers right, maybe this is that cue for you to understand that you need to focus on your weaker areas. So one frequently asked question that I get is, which topics can I skip for SNAP? Because certain topics are difficult than others. Like for me personally, I found geometry difficult. So I would suggest do not skip any topic, because you are aiming for 99 percentile. You have to score maximum accuracy. So it leaves little scope for skipping any topics. Yeah, so I just wanted to suggest that start focusing more on your weaker areas as well. Shreya, are there any other questions that the participants have asked? Maybe we can take them.
Sure. Okay, what is the preparation strategies you guys implemented? Yeah, we have already answered that. Okay, how would you prepare for GK for SNAP? Yeah, you guys can clarify their doubts. This one.
So SNAP paper as such doesn't have a GK section in it, but you will be required to be well aware about the happenings of the world in the GPI VAT process. And the only way to prepare is to go through the newspapers, read articles, try to download apps, news apps that you can scroll through between whenever you want to take a break from your preparation. And I would strongly suggest you to do that, because once the paper gets over, there's very little time to prepare yourself for the GPI VAT process. So this preparation also has to go in parallel with the preparation for the paper as well. So try to read newspapers, watch news channels, and yeah, just try to be aware of your surroundings. That should do.
Okay, so I would like to announce the first winner of the first question. That was Sanju. I can see his name over here. Sanju, if you are there, please help us with your email ID so we can contact you to help you with the prize that you have won. The second question was answered correctly by Soumyajeep Dikshit. You guys can even come off mute and let us know if you're available. We just need your email IDs to send you the gift the vouchers. Please enter your email ID in the chat section. Yeah, okay. Okay, you can go with the next question and let you know the winners for the third one.
So
One second,
meanwhile,
Monica,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Somnajit, please enter your email ID so that we can send you the gift voucher. Yeah.
So meanwhile, Shreya is looking at who won the quiz. Let me just move further and elaborate on the quantitative data interpretation and data sufficiency section. So this section was my weakest area out of the three. And one quick tip that I would like to share is that I made a separate book for all the tricky questions I found in the quant. So what happened was, before giving any mock, I would just go through those tricky questions, and that really helped me in push my score in quant. Panelists, if you have any other tip to share for quant, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So quants is actually one section where you can maximize your score, because with practice, you get to know that when you're solving a quants question, you are almost 100% sure that whatever you're marking is right. So with practice, you need to achieve that level of accuracy. And one strategy that I used to follow personally was, I used to solve the one-liner questions first because they contain the least amount of data. So you need the least amount of time to decide if you're going to attempt that particular question or not. So that's what I used to do: attempt the first one-liner questions first, two-liner questions next, three-liner questions at the end, and whatever is left among the all three sections, I would attend that at the last. So with these strategies, you can come up with your own strategy, and you'll be able to come up with these strategies only through the mocks. So that is practice is the only key for quant section. So I would recommend that only.
So can I move on to the next slide?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so we have another question over here. Guys, I think for the previous question, the third one, you guys did not get the right answer. So I would suggest that you maybe read the question more carefully, and best of luck for this question. We're giving, I guess,
None of the correct answers for the third one. So guys, please read the question carefully. This is what happens in the SNAP exam.
Meanwhile, they're answering the fourth question. Are there any queries?
Okay, there is someone who has answered I think I might be getting the chat late. One sec. You can go ahead. I'll just let you know who's the winner. I'm getting the chats now.
Are there any queries? You guys can also unmute yourself and ask straight away.
So I can see a query in the chat. According to you, average months required for preparation. I have been preparing for past 1.5 months. Anyone of you would like to take that up?
So I'm assuming your question is more specific to SNAP, like how much time I took to prepare for SNAP. So what happens is, one misconception students usually have, that SNAP is so easy, I can manage it in the end. But what they like forget is that you're not aiming to just score in SNAP. If you look at the individual questions, you will definitely be able to answer it. But what you have to focus on is, are you able to solve all the questions within the time frame of 60 minutes? So I had started my preparation from the September month onwards. I would give other entrance exam mocks, but I dedicated 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours separately for SNAP. So from September till I guess December and January, I gave my second, I guess, mock real exam. So maybe yeah, these 3-4 months I think should be the ideal amount of time for you to give prepare for SNAP.
Okay, so the winner for the third question was Harshan Kumar. So Harshan Kumar, could you please help us with your email ID? Yeah, we can go with the next slide and let you know the winner of the fourth question.
Okay, so we are towards the end of our presentation.
Okay, I think we've lost Monica. Shubham, Shubham, you can continue.
Students who have not more planned up on we have many more events planned up, and this is we look forward to seeing you in those events. As we have already mentioned, that is another event called SCMHRD Zeal. So one point that I would like to emphasize on, and that I think has already been spoken before, is that SCMHRD Zeal gives you one hell of a good CV pointer. Like if in case you are like me from engineering background and you do not know how to justify why you're going to MBA, SCMHRD helps you in justifying that. Like it will become a major talking point in your MBA interviews. So maybe you could, if you want, I can share the slide again for D2C, and follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and ping us directly on our official handles. We are very active there. And yeah, so looking forward to see you in SCMHRD Zoom.
Okay, so I have the winner for the fourth question. It's Faizan. Faizan, could you please help us with your email ID over here so we can send you the gift voucher, please? Okay, guys, we can go to the next one. Yeah, we have the email ID. So.
Okay, so I'll just move on to the next slide. I think this is the end.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we are done with all the questions. Great. So, okay, guys, we would like to end the session now. Really excited to see you guys there. And we would like to tell you that we have a podcast also, which is going to be launched soon in the mid of September, which is going to be really helpful for you guys, where you can have a nice, quiet time just listening to some vocabulary sessions, some maths, easy ways, formulas, where we will just revising things with you over there. It will be really helpful, something that is SCMHRD is launching specially for the aspirants. There is no college who has a podcast completely dedicated for aspirants. So we are going to be the first college to do so. Also, we are going to have a Quora page completely from the admissions team, and where you can actually post any questions you have about the college. I am sorry, we have actually many questions lined up. I know we were not able to answer those, but do not feel sad. Yeah, I know if you some people are saying my question. I'm really sorry if we are not able to address them. We are going to be soon on Quora. Don't worry. Just maybe 5 to 6 days more. You can ask us any questions over there, and admissions and PR team has been holding this legacy of addressing every question within seconds to any aspirants. So do not worry about the delay. All your questions will be answered. Guys, one request, we are floating a feedback form. I hope you enjoyed the event. Just help us out with a feedback form. We'll just understand how you got the event. We can improve better, also have more sessions with you guys in future. Hope to meet you soon in SCMHRD later on. So the feedback form is in the chat section. Please feel free to fill the form.
Shreya, so I have often been contacted regarding queries on how to register for D2C. Should I just show that slide once again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I guess this is the slide.
Guys, till then, any last minute questions you can post in here. We'll try to answer them. At least we can take the top 3 questions to sum up the section.
I don't know why am I not able to play that video. I hope this slide is visible.
Yes.
There's some, I guess now it's playing. Yeah. So guys, this is the procedure. You just, I think the link has already been posted on the chat. You just have to create your account through Google, and then register in SCMHRD Zeal. And I hope that answers your question on how to register for the SCMHRD Zeal.
Guys, if you face any other problems also, please send a screenshot to our social media handles. We will definitely solve it Any questions we missed out, we send us in all those questions and queries in our Instagram page, Facebook page, LinkedIn page. We are there to help you prepare for your examination, clear your doubts, and we are also students like you. So we would love to talk with people who were like us before, and this is a platform which enables you to do the same, guys.
So should I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, Monica.
Shreya,
Okay,
if you have any questions in the chat, a couple of
Yeah.
questions, maybe you
Just-
can take them up.
Okay. Okay, there's a question directed to me. Shreya ma'am, how you manage your prep with your job? Okay, so there's actually no definite answer for it. I used to have plans. I'll study from this Monday, from that Monday. It happens every time. But yeah, later on you get the seriousness. Uh, like I can say the September is the month when you become very serious for the exam. It's actually the last lap. I won't encourage you to go for it. I was well prepared that I wanted to give SNAP. I wanted to get into Symbiosis Institute. So I was ready for it to take the hurdle. Like I had to prepare for in the during the weekend for about 7-8 hours. So I would not suggest you to go with it. Start preparing as fast as you can. With job, without job, I think it's the same. I think Monica, it's the same, right? If you are working or you are a fresher, you won't get any extra time. If you are a fresher, you are enjoying on social media. If you are a work ex person, you are working in the office. So there's no definite answer. Yeah, how is the GPI VAT process? Any one of you can please take the question. Just last thing, yes, guys, you can connect with us on LinkedIn. You can take down our names and then we'll send you our admissions and PR team ID as well. So do not worry about it. Yeah, Instagram as well. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, any social media site. Yeah, guys.
Before taking further questions, if you guys have to move on to another session or you guys have anything else to do, you guys can leave the session. We can address the queries maybe that are being posted on the chat.
Yeah, so I have a session scheduled right now, so I'll take your leave, guys. Thanks for such a wonderful session. You all were great. Thank you.
Yeah, I think actually we have to end the session. We had taken a time slot for an hour. I don't want to exceed the time for CET King as well. So I would like to thank CET King for providing us with this platform, for connecting with the aspirants. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for connecting with us.
Thank you for joining in on a Sunday, guys.
Thank you, guys. It was a lovely experience interacting with you.
And we'll be sending you the
thank
gift
you.
vouchers through email. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you, guys. Just want to say thank you, and so nice to have such a participative crowd, and looking forward to seeing you later in SAMHRD Zeal and also in our social media handles. Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Please register to Zeal. It will be really helpful for you. You'll know the why I'm saying actually this thing. So go ahead. We have posted the Zeal thing on the chat box. Else you can, if you didn't take the this site from here, the link, then you can go to D2C and check out the competition as well. Thank you, guys.
All the best. All the best.
All the best, everyone.
All the best, everyone.
All the best.